Nobody bothers me. They won't have any, say-so about it.
Since his childhood, Mike Tyson has always wrestled with the rules of society, even when protected in the custody of Cus D'Amato.
There's stories that he had problems in the school, and he did have a problem in the school, because some teacher, was like being too bossy to him or whatever, and Mike, turned over a table or something.
Mike was not exactly growing up in a suburb of New Jersey, which was very nice and calm and peaceful. Mike was a bad kid.
It was being said that he was basically pushing girls in the hallway, off into the bathroom and, having his way or trying to have his way. And things were getting out of control. And apparently Cus was aware of a lot of it.
Mike Tyson could break 8 rules and stay in the house in Catskill. Joe Jones might break 1 or 2 rules and have to hit the highway.
I was very angry at Cus for allowing this to happen, because I felt that they were being tolerable of this, and maybe they didn't realize what it was going to lead to.
It was always a tenuous thread. The connection between the kid from Brownsville, who was not civilized, and the civilized world in which he needed to function to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish.
That's it. See, ain't no way he's going to hit you then, right? And remember, it's always good to throw the punch where you could hit him and he can't hit you. That's what the science of boxing is all about.
I think Cus loved Tyson, in a way. Cus just wanted to preserve this one shot to prove the whole world was wrong. The whole world is wrong. I haven't lost it.
Social graces, social development, any additional education to develop his personality and made Mike Tyson a smoother guy, it just never happened.
He was a child who had to be nurtured and taken care of, or else all hell was going to break loose.
As his entrance into adulthood coincided with his entrance into fame and celebrity, Mike found himself ill-equipped to deal with the pressures of his new lifestyle, most notably in his relationships with women.
He always felt that, the women who were coming after him, and he was right about 99.9%, were only coming after him because now he's heavyweight champion, now he's got plenty of money.
He needed someone or something to serve as a mooring, as a touchstone in his life, to make him feel whole. Along came Robin Givens.
He'd seen this raving beauty on television. She had a measure of fame. Mike felt that she had a genuine love for him.
I thought if Mike gets married, it would make him more calm. He'd have the family he always wanted. Robin's a superstar, not like she needs the money.
But even as newlyweds, their relationship was anything but normal. Robin came as a package deal, and her mother, Ruth Roper, moved in with them. Suddenly, there was a new team calling the shots.
Givens and really the mother, they just turned it, they just flipped his head.
She told Bill and Jim she's Mrs. Mike Tyson, and she's taking over.
Things just started to unravel. I remember they called me up and they wanted me to train Tyson in the mansion he had in New Jersey. And I said, no, I want him to stay here in Cus's gym. Because, Cus's spirit, as far as I'm concerned, is in this gym. Tyson always did that, but at this point in time, all of a sudden, he became a prima donna.
I want to see him in Atlantic City. We're talking about different things that Cus did, how crazy he acted and this and that. And then suddenly he turns to me and he says, it used to be fun then. Now all it is about the money, the money, the money. Used to be fun. There's nobody in the world I can talk to. And then he leans forward and puts his head on my chest and he starts to cry. But I don't mean sob. He starts to cry. Now, you got to remember, he's just gotten married. He's got a mother-in-law who is omnipresent. The women now are ready to make a big move.
The maneuvering intensified, and the consequences were explosive. Mike began to show the rage that until now had been reserved for the boxing ring.
Mike, everything hits the fan during the Barbara Walters show.
In an exclusive primetime interview with Barbara Walters, Robin dropped a bomb that would send shockwaves across the country.
Michael is a manic depressed. He is. I mean, that's just a fact.
Why do you think this is that nobody saw it before? The Customato didn't see it.
I can't imagine that anyone could live with Mike Tyson and not recognize that there was a problem.
So why wasn't it treated?
I think he did exceptionally well in the ring. And the way that they chose to handle it was to keep him in the ring.
Why embarrass Mike in front of the entire world? The easiest thing in the world to realize is that if Mike himself says on TV he's ill mentally, this sets the stage for Robin to do whatever she wants to do, to end the marriage and go on her own way.
Like I said, the illness is there and it has to be taken care of.
It all culminated with this big blow-up at the mansion in Bernardsville, where Mike Tyson supposedly took the instruments that go with the fireplace and threw them around. Suffice to say that the next moves were made by the divorce lawyers.
After Robin Givens left him, Tyson's relationships with women started down a dangerous course.
He goes to judge a beauty contest in Indianapolis.
Mike was invited to the 1991 Indiana Black Expo, joining Jesse Jackson and other honored guests at a cultural celebration of African American achievement. The centerpiece of the event was the annual Miss Black America pageant.
By the time he gets to Indianapolis, Mike is on his own. There's nobody there to help him. But Mike does what Mike does. And Mike is attracted by women. And they, in turn, ex-heavyweight champion at this time, are attracted by him.
Mike stayed only 2 days, but in his wake, he left a trail of accusations that would change his life for years to come. 2 contestants would file harassment lawsuits, one for $100 million. The organizer of the event sued him for $21 million, claiming he had groped 10 different contestants, and one contestant, 18-year-old Desiree Washington, had accused Mike Tyson of rape.
I love women, you know what I mean? My mother's a woman, I respect them as well. And of course, you know what I mean? Every time I trust one to get involved with one in a certain way like this, something happens, so I'm confused. I'm just lost from the whole issue that happened today.
Fair play is really all we want, a level playing field.
The trial began a public debate on Mike Tyson, especially when Mike's defense lawyers invoked his troubles with women as his defense, portraying him as an aggressive womanizer so notorious that Washington had to have known what she was getting into.
The legal decision to put Mike on the stand was absolutely crazy to do, to say that he does this to all the women he sees. It's something that never should have transpired.
I don't know what happened in that hotel room in Indianapolis. Only Mike Tyson and the woman that was involved, they're the only 2 people on the planet that know what really happened that night.
The Indiana jury, however, was convinced that Tyson was guilty of rape. He was sentenced to 6 years in an Indiana correctional facility.
For the first time, Mike was held accountable for his actions. Up to this point, nobody had ever held him accountable.
Tyson earned an early release for good behavior, but he returned to a world where he was no longer welcomed as a hero.
Now Mike would be walking down the street after these instances, and instead of hearing people say, wow, there goes Mike Tyson, the great, he's so fantastic, he says, now he hears negative things. In any situation where Mike was under pressure, there was no stability anymore. There was no deep inner belief that he had to control himself.
Finally, Mike began acting out in the one world where he had always respected the rules, the sport of boxing.
And you think I give a damn about you and y'all? I don't care about living or dying. I'm not a dysfunctional motherfucker.
That's the white will, I'll kill you.
And he's kind of big. He makes me nervous without his gloves and his shorts on. So if you ever try to intimidate me again, I'm going to implant a bullet in his motherfucking skull.